What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel, Center Sports TV. I am your host Amber, and today I'm going to be reacting to the latest in sports news. So today we are going to be taking a look at clips from ESPN's First Take. It looks like they were having a kerfuffle. We're having a lover's quarrel about Donte Divincenzo, one of the heroes from the Villanova championship game. Apparently he had some old tweets that they dug up and found that he used some questionable language. So let's go ahead and see what these little ladies have to say about that.
So Villanova's Final Four hero taking some heat for some old social media posts on Twitter that contain several tweets using the N-word and other derogatory terms for gay people. Stephen A., is the criticism of Divincenzo fair or foul?
It's very foul. And let me be the first to say, there's moments like this where I'm ashamed to be a part of this industry. So let me get this straight. Okay. This dude is spewing lyrics from a Meek Mill rap song about Derrick Rose when he was 14 years old. And 7 years later, on the night that he wins the most outstanding player award for a sensational performance in a national championship game. Now we bring that up. See, it's moments like this where when folks generalize and they say stuff like the media this and the media that, you know what? It's moments like this where I don't blame them. This is a disgrace. Now, clearly, I'm not advocating the use of the N-word. Let's not be hypocrites here. There's folks in my community, myself included, who have used it on many occasions in the past. And obviously, that's something that we have to veer away from. There's youngsters out there who shouldn't be using the word so loosely. We get all of that. We should be eradicated from language. Like John Wooten said, I get all of that. But the reality of the situation is the world that we're living in, particularly with the music and the lyrics that accompany it, it's something that happens. This kid is 14 years old at the time, 7 years ago. And on the night that he wins the national championship and wins the most outstanding player of the year, the outstanding player of the tournament award, okay, you're going to bring this up then. Judging him as an adult, not remembering that he was a kid. Not remembering that it was just 7 years ago. We want to throw that out, but we want to treat him and hold him accountable on arguably the greatest night of his life. There are moments in time where we have to sit up here and ask ourselves, are we more interested in making headlines or are we more interested in being a decent human being? This kid did not deserve that. I could have known about the tweet. And I am a black man, and I would have never asked him that question, particularly in that moment. It's a level of cruelty and just a lack of humanity that comes into the equation when you see somebody willing to do something like that to this kid. It is foul as it gets. It's disgraceful. And as far as I'm concerned, listen, don't do it again, Divincenzo. Don't make that mistake again. But in the same breath, I'm not going to sit up there and use the night that this man wins a national championship game as a 21-year-old to hold him accountable for something that he spewed off of a rap album 7 years earlier. It's just ridiculous. It really is.
All right, so before I give my award-winning Oscar-nominated commentary on the situation, I decided that I wanted to do a little bit of research and find out exactly what these offensive tweets were. So I went to this thing called the Google, on this thing called the Internet, that has tons of useless information about people that I give zero fucks about. But in this case, I am going to dig a little deeper. All right. So, let's see. Offensive tweet number 1 is, my name is Donte. Okay, first of all, his name is Donte. That sounds very ethnic to me. I don't know any white boys named Donte. I mean, maybe now, but prior to this moment, I can't say that I did. And I'm a flaming homosexual that likes fingers in my butthole. Exclamation point. Well, to me, that just sounds like a statement. I mean, he's just letting everybody know that he's a flaming homosexual that likes fingers in his butthole. Maybe it was just an advertisement, see if there was any takers out there that could help him with his, you know, fulfilling his need for fingers in his butthole. I mean, and there is no bigger platform. Well, there is. Twitter is one of the biggest platforms out there, and you know, definitely a way to get your name and your wants and your needs out there to see if there are any takers. If he is really a flaming homosexual that likes fingers in his butthole, Twitter is possibly, you know, the best place to advertise that. Maybe that's all he was doing. Didn't say that anything bad about them or call them the F word. Kind of confused. Okay, and tweet number 2 says, I like it when girls lick my butthole. It's a life-changing feeling. Okay, now that is kind of conflicting with the first statement saying that you're a flaming homosexual, but now you want girls to put fingers in your butthole, or excuse me, lick your butthole with their tongues. Your butthole where poop comes out with their tongues, where they eat tasty snacks. I don't really know about that, but I'm sure somebody probably out there likes to do it. And again, if you're providing this information on a platform where anybody and everybody can see, you are hoping that you get some takers and some girls lick your butthole. And you know, that's, I mean, do you, bruh, if that's what you like. I honestly don't find that offensive. Okay, yeah, it's immature, but he was 14, so it's a life-changing feeling. And if he really was lucky enough to have a girl lick his butthole, I mean, poor girl. Not poor girl. What's wrong with you, girl? That's a tutor pooter. Why would you put your tongue there? That's gross. And boys that age don't wipe well. I want to know who this girl is, who her mama is. Anyway. Okay, and lastly we have balling on you niggas like Derrick Rose. Alright, so I don't know when he was 14, but Derrick Rose ain't been balling for a really long time. Balling, maybe crying from all his injuries, but you know, he wasn't like, you know, throwing him up like that. So that's questionable. And apparently that was a Meek Mill lyric. Another questionable choice made by this young man. But again, he was 14, so, you know, I just really... I mean, it's not like he said it with the ER, you know. I really think that you kind of have to put it in context, and I really just think that it's kind of time to just get over it. Sure, that's not going to be a popular opinion, and I'm talking about and I'm talking about singing songs. I'm not just talking about white folks walking up to people saying, what's up, my nigga, even though I heard that. I have heard that, and whoever they were talking to did not check that white boy, and so I just think that as time goes on, the word is going to become less and less controversial, and I'm talking about with the A, not the ER. And yeah, it probably wasn't the smartest thing to do, but again, he's 14 years old. I mean, just think about all the dumb things that you said and did when you were 14, and maybe at a time when social media wasn't there for you to share every thought that came into your head with everyone, you know. You know, I said a lot of offensive things when I was 14, things that were not offensive back then but would be considered offensive back now. Like, you know, we have so many capital letter words now. Back when I was 14, there was only one. But now there are many, many, and some that I don't even know about. But, you know, when I hear about them, it's like, oh, damn, you know, we're going to run out of words soon. You know, we're going to have to come up with a whole new language. You're going to be speaking in tongues. That's going to be all that's left. But, yeah, I just think that this is overblown. He didn't say I hate NERs, you know. It was a song lyric from a questionable artist by a young white male who probably, I'm pretty sure they are the hugest consumers of rap. And I really don't think it's that big of a deal. It is, to me anyways. I'm sure a lot of people will think differently, a lot of people will not agree. But I just really feel like it's kind of time to stop giving people the power to upset you and make you feel some type of way about singing a song lyric, you know. It's a song lyric that they're buying. You know, they're the ones out there buying that music. Anyways, I've gone on and on about this, but I agree with Stephen A. We're way too PC nowadays, and I just feel like, you know, in the end, we're just going to be left with nothing to say. And this was just a kid. So that's my take on that.